Hey everybody, it's Dr. Sarah.
Mr. Bean.
Hi, we are starting some videos here for you all, and our first one is going to be a kids yoga video. Please be patient as we are trying to figure this out. Our last one we had to take the animals and put them in the other room because they wanted to be part of the video so much. So we are going to be providing some kids yoga videos, some videos for movement for adults, and just some things that we can do while we're at home, kind of trying to figure out what the next few days and weeks look like for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the first thing that we're going to do is talk a little bit about our breathing and our heartbeat, our heart rate. So I want you to find a comfortable position, and it can be crisscross applesauce or something else if that feels comfortable. Maybe take one hand on your heart. Already notice if your heart's beating a little fast or if it feels okay. And then we put the other one on our tummy so that we can notice how our belly goes in and out as we breathe. So let's take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. What do you notice about your heart?
Well, Dr. Sarah, I feel like my heart's pretty steady.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and calm right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you notice?
Mine's going bum 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 bum.
Me too. Yeah. So do you think we could do something to maybe speed our hearts up a little bit?
I don't know.
I've got a couple ideas.
Okay.
You want to try?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So how about some jumping jacks? Ready?
Okay.
Let's go. All right. Stop that. Tag, you're it. You're it now. All right, let's go. Let's get down on the ground and knees up, and let's just crawl, and then go backwards, and then forward, and then backwards. All right. So let's go back over here where they can see us. Okay. So I'm noticing I'm breathing a little bit deeper, a little heavier. Let's put our hand on our heart.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mine is a lot faster.
Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. So I wonder if we can change that. Okay. So right now we might be the heart's beating a little bit faster. Says we're kind of a little bit more energized, a little more excited. So I wonder if we can just put our hand on our heart, our hand on our belly,
Breathe.
and just breathe. Dr. Sarah, I noticed my heart rate's going down.
Me too.
So it seems like sometimes when we're a little bit excited, maybe when we feel a little bit out of control, maybe what we can control is our breathing. And so we can just take a minute, hit the pause button, and try to focus on our breathing for just 4 breaths. I noticed a change, right? So maybe that's something that we can think about doing in the next couple, and maybe today, right?
Well, I think that we feel excited and we feel worried in the same part of our body. And some of us might be feeling excited to be home from school for a while, while other of us might feel worried because we're not really sure what's going to happen, what school's going to look like. So we might be feeling that in the same part of our belly, and sometimes that makes our heart go faster. So we can use the breathing to help calm down.
Yeah,
right?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't get, we don't feel like we have control over the outcomes but I think that sometimes if we take responsibility for some of our actions, that can at least move us a little bit more in a positive direction where we want to go.
And what are the things that we are in control of, right? Our breathing, washing our hands, what we eat, healthy foods, right? Sleeping.
All the mac and cheese. Just kidding.
What else are we in control over?
Well, we can make decisions about how we move, about what types of things that we watch, what types of things that we're reading, right? And we want to stay away from the stuff that's probably going to provoke us or evoke.
Make our heart rate go really fast. Yeah. Okay, well, why don't we talk a little bit about some yoga shapes that we can try to make at home? Does that
sounds
sound
like
good?
fun.
All right, so I have a lot of different little figures here to kind of help us figure out what they are. The first one here.
What is that? I noticed that it's got some jagged, it's big on the bottom, and then it has these peaks. I think that's a mountain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mountain.
Oh, I know a pose or a shape that's like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
I'm going to go ahead and stand up.
Okay.
I'm going to get firm through my feet. I'm going to get long through the top of my head, and then I'm going to reach my hands down. It's a very strong position. We call this mountain.
I notice your shoulders are back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm engaging the backside of my body as
So
I do
you're
this.
squeezing the backside of your body? Okay. And maybe you feel your hips open a little bit if you squeeze your bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And your shoulders are down, you feel confident, right?
Oh, I feel very confident right now.
All right. So another one is, what does this look like?
Well, it's an animal.
It's got a little clue here because there's like a yellow thing.
Oh, is that a banana? It's got to be a gorilla.
That's a gorilla.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So do I know? Oh, I think I know that one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bend over. I'm gonna place my hands underneath my feet, so my big toes are on my wrists, and I'm gonna hang.
Where do you feel this in your body?
Well, I feel a little bit of a stretch in my hamstrings.
What are your hamstrings?
Sorry. I feel a little bit of a stretch
In
here,
the back of your legs?
but I definitely feel some stretching through my shoulders. Right, so I'm kind of pulling up a little bit to create a little bit more of that stretch, to get a little bit more of that in my body. Ooh, that feels really good.
And it's okay that your knees are bent.
Yeah. We don't have to have straight legs to do that.
Okay. Okay, so we know mountain.
We know mountain,
We know
and we have gorilla.
Gorilla. This might be hard to see on the video. What does that look like? It's an animal that we have in our house.
Oh, a dog.
And there are two different kinds of dog shapes. One of them is down dog. So we're
Okay.
going to do
So
down
let's do
dog.
down dog.
Maybe across the mat so you can see what it looks like.
So I'm gonna put my hands on the floor, and I'm just gonna walk my hands out.
Oh, I also noticed it looks like you're making a shape that we learn at school.
What's that? Like a triangle?
A triangle.
There we go. Right. And so my heels are up. Right. Some people's heels can be down. My arms are straight. Some people will have to bend their elbows a little bit. But here I just I'm pushing into the floor with my hands. I'm trying to lift my hips up, and I'm gently lengthening through my neck. Right. Oh, my shoulders just pulled down. That feels really nice on my neck.
So your fingers are spread out too, right? You're pushing through your whole finger, your whole hand. Where do you feel this one?
Kind of the same places, you know.
That's interesting.
I wonder if maybe I'm just a little tight back there. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Hamstrings and shoulders.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. And it's also okay that your heels are not on the ground.
Oh, I think so. Absolutely.
Okay. So we did down dog.
Oh, is there another dog?
There is another dog, but I think we've got to do something else first.
Well, I just want to ask you something. What's up, dog?
You gotta laugh, right? You gotta laugh. Okay. So this one might be kind of abstract.
Yeah.
So there's a shape that we make. You probably have done it at school before in gym or at like gymnastics or something. It's called plank, right? Plank, wood.
A plank of wood is made out of a tree, so does that make sense?
All right. So
I should do plank now, right?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay.
So my hands are underneath my shoulders. My feet are about hip width distance. My legs are straight. And what we'll want to do this, right? But let's see if we can, how long we can keep those hips down, right? So there's a pretty straight line from my heels all the way out from my shoulders. And then we just want to make sure that we're not tucking the chin, right? We're keeping that neck nice and long, right?
How's your belly?
Oh, it's working really hard.
Okay, so you're squeezing your tummy in?
Yep, I'm squeezing my tummy in.
Okay.
Whew, all right.
I was going to ask, are you breathing? Okay, we have another animal.
What's up, dog?
And this is an up dog. So we did down dog where we made the triangle, right? Now we're going to do up dog.
So maybe from down dog, I go into up dog.
Okay, so the front of your chest is stretching.
I'm squeezing my bottom, right? So that I'm right. If I relax my bottom, I kind of drop into my low back. But I'm gonna squeeze my bottom, press my feet into the floor, and then grow through my chest. Maybe I might take my eyes up too.
Yeah, sometimes people have their legs together. You can do that, or you can keep your legs a little separated. I've noticed when I've taught this to my friends in my Mighty Girls group, some of them, they hurt their back when they do it and they don't like it. That just means that you're trying to do that back bend a little bit too much. And we don't ever want to push ourselves into any of these shapes. We just want to find the place where we're getting that good stretch that's good for our body, where we're not hurting ourselves, right? Okay, we've done a lot already.
So I remember doing mountain pose. I've done a plank. I've done a down dog. There was one in there with a banana. Oh, gorilla pose. And then we just did up dog.
Up dog. All right. We also have one of these in our house. It's another animal.
What does that look like?
It goes meow.
I think that's a cat, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so let's see what a cat looks like. Right? So maybe Aowen runs at Ruby a little bit too fast. Aowen's our dog and Ruby's our cat. So Aowen kind of does something to Ruby and Ruby goes, right?
So you're stretching the back of your body here. You're pushing into your hands, right? And pushing in the tops of the feet.
Right, so really engaging this front side of the body so that the back side of the body can open up. And then there's an opposite to this. I feel like that thing says moo. Is that right, Dr. Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, so then there's cow, right? So we go cat.
Meow.
Moo.
So it's the front of your body that stretches this time.
Right?
Yeah.
Moo. Got it?
It's called a counter posture.
Yeah.
When we have one pose or one shape that goes the other way. Okay, what does this look like to you?
Well, it's half naked.
I've got a diaper on.
Yeah.
It's a baby.
Oh, it's a baby.
Or a child.
Child.
So we're gonna do child's pose.
Okay. And
So you round over, and your head is down, and your arms are by your side. I also, sometimes for me, it feels more comfortable if my knees are a little bit separated, so my tummy can go in between. People really like this pose because it just feels really cozy. We feel a little squish in our hips, which is good. That's called a compression. What else?
oh, I'm sorry.
He was relaxing in his pose.
Some people might feel a little discomfort in your knees, right? So like right here, I'm kind of on this floor. So just make sure that maybe you're on your mat, or if worst comes to worst, maybe grab a blanket or a towel to put underneath your knees.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we've got one more.
One more. And this is how we always end our class. It's a lady, but she's going to lay down in what's called, here's a funny word, Shavasana.
Oh, this is one of my favorite poses.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second as I prepare.
That's our resting posture we do at the very end of class. So you can start with your heels together if you want and your arms by your side, and then you just kind of move your legs out and move your arms out, kind of like a little starfish. And we're going to actually try to stay in this shape for a few minutes after we go through our sequence a couple times. And this is really the purpose of our yoga shapes. It's not, doing all the things. It's getting into that last shape where we can really work on our breathing, work on taking care of our body, and relaxing, right?
So our bodies are connected with our brains. And so when we do these shapes, when we do some physical activities, sometimes it's really good to kind of hit the pause button for a few moments and then allow the sort of brain to kind of process all this stuff that we go through. When we do movements, we're actually stimulating our nervous system. We're putting information into that system. So it's sometimes nice at the end of our practice to just kind of sit there and then just, let go of control and just be peaceful and restive and allow those connections to be made.
Sometimes it's very hard to be still though, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We just try to keep our voices quiet during our final Shavasana. Okay, so we're going to go through all of that together. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed because we did a lot of shapes, but we've got all of it lined up here. That's up dog. Down dog. Plank. Dog. Cat. Cow. So what's kind of fun too, when we do this, is for some of them we can make the animal noises as we do our shape. Okay? So why don't we go through a few times, maybe 1 or 2, and then we can check in and see how we're doing. Do it a couple more times, and then maybe Shavasana.
Okay.
Does that sound okay? All right. So we're gonna start at the top of our mat, right? Or back here, so y'all can see us. Okay. Mountain pose. My toes are spread out. I'm pushing into my entire outsides of my feet. Squeezing in between my legs. My shoulders are down. And then we're going to fold forward into gorilla pose. It's okay if your hands don't go underneath your feet too. Ooh, this feels good.
You might try also grabbing your big toe and pulling as well. That's another way to do this pose. Okay, what's next?
Then we go to
Down
down
dog.
dog. Okay. And then
We're going to shift into plank.
I feel like there's something about planks and pirates.
Another day.
Arg.
All right, let's do an up dog.
And then,
And I think next is
cat. Meow. And then
and cow.
Moo. And then child's pose.
And then Shavasana.
And then Shavasana. Which way do you want to do Shavasana, Sarah?
I guess our head towards the top, right? Oh. Should we do that again?
I think we should.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see if we can go. Do we want to go a little faster? Or do we want to stay how we
I
are?
think we see how it goes if you go faster.
Okay.
Ready? Mountain. Gorilla.
Down dog. Plank.
What's up, dog?
Ow!
Child pose. What kind of sound does a child make?
I don't know. And then
And then
Shavasana. You want to do it again?
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
But we're gonna go faster.
We're gonna go faster? Okay.
Mountain. Gorilla. Down dog. Plank.
Arr.
Up dog.
Oh!
Cat.
Meow.
Cow. Moo. Child. Shavasana.
Uh-oh, you got that before I did.
I win.
One more time?
I want to kind of check in. Let's check in. Let's see what's going on.
Oh, I heard Awen barking.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty good.
Alright, let's get closer to our friends.
So I feel like if I ever have a case of the sillies or I'm kind of ramped up, that would be a really kind of fun little sequence that I could do to just move my body and kind of get some of that energy out.
Well, also breathing.
Oh, gotta remember the breathing.
Mhm.
Breathing is important.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Should we try to practice Shavasana for a few minutes?
let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
As we're getting set up, if you want to go through all of that again, you can, and we'll meet you in Shavasana. I'm going to get a little music going just
Okay.
so we have a little something here.
Shavasana stays in the same way?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, this way. The same way that this one is.
Right. Trying to think about what music we should. So this might be hard to be still during this time, but I want you to just practice trying. And if we get the wiggles, it's okay. Just notice that. But we're going to try really hard to keep our voices quiet and work on our breathing like we did at the beginning. Okay.
Okay, so as I'm coming out of Shavasana, I just take a deep breath. And I'm just gonna start off with some little movements, like I'm wiggling my toes, rubbing my fingertips. I'm gonna rock my head side to side. And then just make your way to a seated position.
I was getting a little sleepy there.
I was too. Scared I was gonna start snoring there. The music was really pretty.
So when we close out our yoga practice, we usually say something that's another funny word.
Mm-hmm. It's namaste.
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 So it just means that all the good things inside of me, notice all the good things inside of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just acknowledging that we have good stuff in our hearts and we see it in other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we take our hands together, elbows out, and we'll say namaste and then you'll say it back. Namaste.
Thanks for being with us today, friends. All right, so we'll see you again real soon, okay?
Bye. Thank you.